The night was quiet. Too quiet. John Walker sat in his small room staring at the ceiling. The fan above him turned slowly, making a soft ticking sound. Outside, the streets of the little town were empty. The world felt normal, ordinary, boring. But then something changed. At first, John thought it was his imagination, a faint hum almost like a whisper in the wind. He shook his head and tried to ignore it. But the sound grew louder, sharper, as if it was calling his name. John. He sat up quickly, his heart jumped. He looked around the room. Nothing. He opened the window and the cool night air brushed against his face. The streetlights flickered. The stars above seemed brighter than usual, like tiny eyes watching him. And then it happened. A crack of light split the sky. Not lightning, not fireworks. Something else. The light spread wider, tearing through the darkness. It was as if the night itself had been cut open. John's breath caught in his throat. His eyes widened. From the opening, something descended. Not a spaceship, not a human. It was a figure, a tall, glowing figure made of smoke and fire. Its shape shifted, changing every second. Sometimes it looked like a man, sometimes a woman, sometimes a shadow with no face at all. The humming grew into a voice, deep, powerful, ancient. John Walker. John froze. His legs trembled. He wanted to run, but his body would not move. His heart pounded so loudly that it hurt. Who's there? He whispered. The figure floated closer, its eyes glowing like burning stars. I am the genie, it said. Its voice echoed not just in John's ears but inside his mind. I am bound by ancient law. I offer 3 wishes, and you have been chosen. John blinked, his mouth dry. A genie? Like the stories? The figure's smoke-like body twisted, and for a moment it smiled. Yes, but not from Earth. I am older than your world. I am older than your son. I am bound to serve. 3 wishes only. Choose wisely. John stumbled backward, nearly tripping over his chair. His voice shook. This is crazy. I must be dreaming. But the genie raised a hand and the world bent around John. His room stretched like rubber. The walls turned liquid. The ticking fan froze in the air. His breath floated in front of him like smoke trapped in glass. This is no dream, the genie said. This is your choice. John gasped as the world snapped back to normal. He stood still, shaking, his mind racing. 3 wishes? He whispered. Yes, the genie said. 3 wishes, but know this. Every wish has a price. John swallowed hard. His first thought was money. Riches, maybe fame. But as he looked into the genie's burning eyes, he felt that such simple things would not matter. This was not a fairy tale. This was something else. Something dangerous. He hesitated, his mind filled with fear, questions, and a strange excitement. The world outside felt unreal. The stars looked different now, as if they were waiting. Watching. The genie's voice grew softer. Say your wish, John Walker. Speak, and the universe will obey. John's lips trembled. He tried to think carefully, but fear and instinct took over. His words came out before he could stop them. I wish the world was different. The genie's eyes blazed. Its body shook with power. The air vibrated. The ground beneath John's feet trembled. The stars above flickered. It is done, the genie said. And then everything went black. When John opened his eyes again, he was lying on the floor of his room. Morning sunlight poured through the window. Birds were singing outside. He sat up, slowly holding his head. It felt heavy, like 1,000 thoughts pressed against his brain. He looked around. The room was the same. The fan turned slowly above him. His bed was still messy. For a moment he thought maybe it was all just a dream. But then he heard it. Outside, In the streets, people were shouting. He rushed to the window. Cars hovered above the road. Shining lights floated in the air like silent drones. Screens appeared in the sky, flashing with strange symbols. The world was different. John's mouth opened in shock. His heart pounded again. He whispered to himself, "Oh, no, what have I done?" Behind him, in the corner of the room, smoke gathered. The genie's form appeared again, its glowing eyes fixed on John. "Your first wish has changed everything," it said. Its voice was no longer calm. It was heavy, warning. "And this is only the beginning." John's hands shook. His chest felt tight. He realized the truth. He had power now. Power to shape the world. Power to destroy it. But at what cost? The genie's eyes burned brighter, and its final words echoed in the silent room. "Remember, John Walker, every wish has a price." The morning sun rose, but the world was no longer the same. John Walker stood at his window, staring at the chaos outside. Cars floated above the roads like silent birds. Buildings shimmered with new glass and steel, though he swore they hadn't looked like that yesterday. Children pointed at glowing screens that floated in the air without wires or machines. It was as if Earth had jumped 100 years into the future overnight. John's chest tightened. His first wish, spoken in fear, had rewritten reality itself. He whispered to himself, "What did I do?" Behind him, smoke curled in the corner of his room. The genie appeared again, its glowing eyes fixed on him. "You wished for change, and change has come," it said in its deep, echoing voice. John turned quickly. "This isn't what I wanted. I didn't ask for floating cars or weird screens. He stopped. His throat felt dry. He couldn't even explain what he had meant. He hadn't thought at all. The genie tilted its shifting head. "The universe does not hear your meaning. It hears only your words. Your wish has reshaped time, knowledge, and history. Humanity has advanced, but they do not know why." Outside, John heard the sound of sirens. Strange police vehicles hovered down the street. People shouted, confused. The genie continued. "They feel the change, but they do not remember the past you remember. Only you do. You and me." John's hands trembled. He backed away from the window. "So I'm the only one who knows this world is wrong?" he asked. "Yes," the genie replied. "And soon others will notice the cracks. Power like this does not remain hidden. Already eyes are watching." John's skin prickled. "What eyes?" The genie's voice dropped lower, almost a whisper. "Not human eyes. Others. Far away. Beyond your stars." John's heart raced. He tried to think, but his mind felt heavy. He stepped outside, his feet carrying him into the street. The people around him were dazed. Some cheered, amazed at the sudden technology. Others cried, terrified of the change. Old men shouted about the end of days. Young kids played with glowing drones as if it were normal. But then John saw them. Men in black uniforms, standing too still. Their eyes scanned the crowd, but not like normal guards. Their eyes glowed faintly blue. Their voices were low, calm, mechanical. John's stomach twisted. Something about them was wrong. Too perfect, too sharp. One of them turned and looked directly at him. John froze. The officer's voice was flat. "You, come with us." John stepped back, shaking his head. "No, But before he could finish, the genie's voice echoed inside his skull. "Do not let them touch you. They are not what they seem." The officer raised his hand and a strange weapon unfolded from his arm. Not a gun. Something worse. The crowd gasped. People screamed and scattered. John's pulse thundered in his ears. His body screamed at him to run. And he did. He bolted down an alley, his breath coming fast, the sound of heavy steps behind him. The uniformed men followed, their movements fast, inhuman. They weren't tired, they weren't slow, and they didn't stop. John's legs burned, but he forced himself forward. Trash cans toppled behind him as he ran, but the men kept coming. Genie, he cried in his mind. Help me. Smoke burst in the alley beside him. The genie appeared, its form twisting and blazing. The men stopped. Weapons raised. But the genie lifted a hand and the air shook like thunder. The men froze mid-step, their weapons stuck in the air as if invisible chains held them. Their glowing eyes flickered, sparks flying from their faces. They are scouts, the genie said. Machines sent to search for power. Your wish has awakened them. John bent over, gasping for air. They're not human? No, the genie said, but they wear human skin to trick you. Now that they have seen you, more will come. John's face went pale. This is all my fault. The genie's eyes glowed brighter. Yes, but fault means nothing now. Only choice matters. You must decide your next step. John's voice shook. I don't know what to do. The genie's smoke swirled around him, whispering in his ear. You still have 2 wishes left, but remember my warning. Every wish has a price, a heavier price than the last. John's mind spun. He could wish the machines away. He could wish the world back to normal. He could wish for safety, for power, for anything. But fear gripped him. The last time his words had twisted the whole world. What would the second wish do? Before he could answer, a deep roar shook the sky. People screamed again. John stumbled into the street and looked up. The sky was no longer blue. It rippled, tearing like paper. Through the cracks, strange shapes moved. Not birds, not planes. Ships. Alien ships. The genie's voice thundered. They have found us. John's mouth went dry. His body shook. He whispered to himself, Oh God, what have I done? The genie turned, its form blazing like fire. Not God. You did this. And now, John Walker, humanity must face the price of your first wish. The sky split wider. Alien shadows poured through. John's knees weakened, but one thought screamed inside his mind. Do I use my second wish, or do I run? And with that, the world fell into chaos. The sky was still broken. Cracks of light glowed above the town like scars in the heavens. Strange ships hovered, their black shapes moving without sound. People ran in panic, some dropping to their knees in prayer, others trying to record the impossible with glowing screens that had appeared only this morning. John Walker stood in the middle of it all, frozen. His chest heaved. His mind screamed. This was all because of him. The genie's voice rumbled in his head. They are searching, not for Earth, for me, and for you. John swallowed hard. His mouth was dry. I didn't mean for this to happen. But the genie only stared with its burning eyes. Far away, in the capital of the nation, powerful leaders gathered inside a hidden chamber. Men and women in dark suits slammed fists on tables. They argued, voices rising in fear and anger. The world advanced overnight, one shouted. Technology beyond anything we know suddenly appeared. This is not natural. Someone did this. A general with sharp eyes leaned forward. We tracked strange energy to a small town. There is someone there. We must find them before those ships do. They all went silent as the lights flickered above. Even here, far from John, the alien ships could be seen in the sky. Find the source, the general ordered, or Earth will not survive. Back in John's town, he hid inside a broken store. Shelves had collapsed when people ran in fear. His breathing was heavy. He pressed his back against the wall. The genie's smoke swirled near him. You cannot hide. They will search every street. They smell the wish on you. John shook his head, gripping his hair. What do I do? Tell me what to do. The genie's form flickered. For the first time, it looked uncertain. You have 2 wishes left, but every wish will call greater danger. The more power you take, the more the universe notices. John's voice cracked. So if I use the second wish, it gets worse? Yes, the genie said. But if you do nothing, you die. And all your kind may die with you. John's heart pounded. He felt trapped. Damned if he acted. Damned if he didn't. Outside, a shadow moved. John peered through the broken glass. Men in black uniforms again. The same strange officers with glowing blue eyes. But now there were more. Dozens. Their movements were sharp, robotic, not human. John ducked lower. One of them spoke in a cold, flat voice. Search every building. The anomaly is close. Another voice replied. He cannot escape. The world is changing too quickly. He will stand out. John's skin crawled. They were hunting him like a rat. The genie whispered in his ear. Do not let them catch you. If they touch you, they will take your mind. They will know everything. John's pulse raced. He crawled toward the back door, careful not to make a sound. But then a whisper echoed. Not from the genie, not from the men. From inside his head. Give yourself to us. We can control this. We can make you safe. John froze. His eyes widened. The voice was calm, almost gentle, but it didn't feel human. It felt like cold metal sliding into his thoughts. He clutched his skull, whispering to himself. No, 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 get out of my head. The genie's form burst brighter. They are reaching for you. Resist them, John Walker. The voices grew louder. Dozens now, maybe hundreds. We know your wish. We know your power. Let us guide it. Let us rule through you. John screamed and slammed his head against the wall. Get out! And suddenly, silence. His chest heaved, sweat dripping down his face. The genie looked at him with burning eyes. Now you understand. They will not stop. They will try to take your mind. They will use your power. If they succeed, your people will never be free again. John wiped his face with a shaking hand. Then what do I do? Tell me. The genie leaned closer, its voice heavy. You must choose. Either use your wish to protect yourself now, or run until there is nowhere left to run. But every second you wait, they grow stronger. Suddenly the building shook. The wall cracked open. Dust filled the air. John coughed and stumbled. Through the hole, the glowing-eyed officers stepped inside. Their weapons unfolded, humming with strange light. One raised its arm. Target acquired. John's blood turned cold. He stumbled back as the men advanced, their steps steady, their faces blank. The genie's voice thundered inside him. Say the word, John Walker. Say your second wish. John shook his head wildly. No, I can't. What if I destroy the world? Again? The officers stepped closer. Their weapons glowed brighter. One whispered in a hollow voice. Submit. You cannot win. John's heart pounded so loudly it drowned everything else. He was trapped. Weapons aimed at him. Voices in his head. The genie screaming for him to act. And in that moment, something inside him snapped. He opened his mouth, his voice breaking, ready to make his second wish. The genie's eyes blazed like suns. The officers raised their weapons. The voices screamed. Louder. John shouted. White light swallowed everything. For a moment, John Walker felt weightless. The walls of the broken store were gone. The glowing-eyed officers vanished. Even the genie's fire shape melted into nothing. Only endless white surrounded him. Then, a sound. Low, distant, like thunder rolling across an empty sky. But it wasn't thunder. It was a voice. You have changed the balance. You are noticed. John spun around, but there was no one. Just the voice. You carry a power that is not yours. And now, we come. The white shattered. John gasped and found himself lying in the street. His chest heaved, lungs burning. The officers were gone, but the sky was worse than before. The cracks were bigger. Black ships slipped through like sharks through torn nets. Their edges shimmered with strange energy. They didn't move like machines. They glided, alive, hungry. People screamed and ran in all directions. Some collapsed, crying. Others pointed, frozen in terror. John pushed himself to his feet, legs shaking. No, this can't be real. The genie appeared beside him, its smoke blazing brighter than ever. For the first time, John noticed it looked afraid. "They are here," it whispered. John turned, panic in his eyes. "Who are they?" Genie's burning gaze shifted to the sky. "The collectors. They have hunted my kind for ages. They devour power, strip worlds, and leave only silence. And now, because of your wish, they know Earth exists." John's mouth went dry. His stomach churned. "So, this is my fault again?" The genie looked at him sharply. "You asked for change. You bent reality. The collectors smell the wound. They come to claim it. This is not fault. This is consequence." John wanted to scream, but his voice failed. The first collector ship descended, silent and huge. Its shadow covered the entire street. Lights glowed across its surface, scanning, probing. Buildings shook as its energy scraped across the ground. People scattered, but some were caught in the light. Their bodies froze mid-step, suspended like statues. Then, in a blink, they were gone. Vanished. John's heart pounded in his ears. "They're taking people," he cried. "Yes," the genie said darkly. "They consume life. Every soul feeds their endless hunger." John staggered back, his breathing sharp. He wanted to run, he wanted to hide, but no matter where he looked, the sky was full of ships. There was nowhere safe. The genie turned to him, voice urgent. "John Walker, you cannot run. You must act. Use your second wish." John's head spun. "No, I can't. What if it makes things worse again?" The genie's smoke flared. "If you do nothing, humanity will vanish tonight." John's hands shook. His heart screamed no, but his eyes, watching people vanish into nothing, screamed yes. The ship's shadow fell over him. A cold beam of light slid across his chest. His skin burned where it touched. He fell to his knees, gasping. The genie's voice thundered. "Speak, John, or they will take you too." Tears blurred John's vision. His lips trembled, and then, with no plan, no thought, only raw desperation, he shouted, I wish their weapons stop." The world convulsed. The beam flickered and died. The collector ship above shuddered, its lights sparking. Across the sky, every other ship froze, silent, motionless. The entire world held its breath. John stumbled to his feet. He looked around. People were alive, staring at him with wide, fearful eyes. The ships no longer scanned, no longer hunted. It worked. But the genie's face was grim. "You have bent the rules of battle," it said. "Time itself felt your command. But power like this is not free." John swallowed, dread rising. "What do you mean?" The genie's eyes blazed brighter, almost painful to look at. "You did not stop their weapons. You stopped all weapons, everywhere." John froze. "What?" "Every gun, every missile, every defense across Earth, all frozen, all silent. Your kind stands naked. The collectors cannot fire now, but neither can you. When the freeze breaks, they will strike first." John's stomach dropped. His vision swam. He had meant to save people, but he had made humanity helpless. The genie's smoke swirled closer, its voice low and heavy. "This is the price of your second wish, and the collectors will not wait long." And then everything went white. Far above, inside one of the black ships, a figure stood. Tall, armored, its face hidden beneath a mask of shifting glass. Its voice hissed in a language older than stars. "He bends reality with clumsy hands. The human is dangerous, but useful. We must capture him." A second figure replied, its tone colder. "And the genie? Destroy it. Its time has ended." Back on Earth, John leaned against a wall, shaking. His chest heaved, his mind a storm of panic. People whispered around him. Some pointed at him with awe, others with fear. He stopped them. Someone murmured. "He has power," another said. "He's not human," a third whispered. John buried his face in his hands. The genie stood beside him, voice almost soft. "You are changing, John. Every wish reshapes not only the world, but you." John looked up, his eyes glowing faintly for the first time. "No," he whispered, shaking his head. This can't be happening." But deep down, he knew it was. The collectors were here. Humanity was defenseless, and he had only one wish left. As thunder rumbled in the broken sky, the genie leaned close, its final warning sharp as fire. "Your third wish will decide the fate of your world." The world was silent. No gun fired, no missile launched, no weapon anywhere on Earth could move. John Walker had wished it, and reality had obeyed. The alien ships still floated in the broken sky, their dark hulls shimmering with strange energy, but they no longer fired beams. People stared upward, confused and terrified. For a moment they believed they were safe. For a moment, Earth breathed. But John knew better. He sat in the street, head in his hands, trembling. His chest rose and fell in sharp, panicked breaths. Around him, people whispered his name, though he had never told them who he was. Somehow they just knew. That man stopped them. He has the power. He's not one of us. John shook his head, pressing his palms to his ears. He didn't want to hear it. He didn't want any of it. The genie appeared beside him, smoke swirling, eyes blazing. Its voice rumbled low. "Your wish saved them, but at a price." John lifted, his face, his eyes red. "You told me already. No weapons, no defense, we're wide open." The genie's gaze deepened, glowing like two suns. "And worse, you did not only stop human weapons, you stopped yourself." John frowned, confused. "What do you mean?" The genie leaned close, smoke curling around John's shoulders. "Look into your hands." John did. His fingers trembled and flickered. Light traced his skin like fire under glass. His veins glowed faintly, pulsing with energy that wasn't human. "No," he whispered. "Yes," the genie said. "The wish touched you. You are no longer fully man. You are part of the law you created. You carry the silence of weapons within you. You are becoming something new." John's heart pounded. He clenched his fists, but the glow only spread. "You mean I'm changing," the genie finished. "And soon others will see it." Far above, inside the collector ship, the armored figures watched Earth with cold patience. Their leader stood tall, its glassy mask shifting with strange patterns. "The human bends reality again," it said, in a hiss. "He makes laws with no wisdom. He makes wounds in the universe that we can follow." Another replied, its voice sharp. "We must strike now before he learns control." The leader lifted a clawed hand. "Not yet. His world is soft now, defenseless. Let fear weaken them further. Then, we take him." Back in the town, soldiers in Earth's uniform arrived. They carried guns, but the weapons were dead in their hands. No bullets fired, no safeties clicked. They were powerless, and they knew it. Still, they surrounded John, their eyes wide with confusion and fear. One officer stepped forward, trembling. You stopped them, didn't you? The ships, the beams. It was you." John backed away, shaking his head. "I didn't mean to." The officer's voice grew louder, desperate. "Then fix this. Bring our weapons back. Give us a chance to fight." John's throat tightened. "I can't. If I use another wish, it could be worse." The crowd erupted. People shouted, voices filled with panic and anger. "Then what good are you? You doomed us." "Monster!" Hands reached for him. Someone threw a stone. It struck his shoulder. John stumbled, pain shooting through him. The genie stepped forward, smoke flaring, its voice booming. "Enough." The crowd fell silent, but their eyes still burned with fear. John looked at them, his chest heavy. He wanted to scream that he was just a man, that he had never asked for this. But deep inside, he knew it was useless. To them, he was no longer human. He was something else. And maybe they were right. Night fell. The alien ship still hovered, silent, waiting. The stars above looked broken, bent around their dark shapes. John sat alone on a rooftop, staring at the sky. The genie floated beside him, Quiet for once. Finally, John whispered. They'll never trust me again, will they? The genie's burning eyes shifted toward him. Trust is not what you need. You need to survive. And so does your world. John clenched his fists, the glow spreading further up his arms. I don't want this power. I don't want any of it. The genie tilted its head. But you have it. And soon the collectors will take it, or you will use it. That is the only choice left. John's eyes burned. He felt the weight of billions of lives pressing on his shoulders. And yet in his heart he feared what one more wish would do. Far away, thunder rumbled again, not from Earth, but from the sky itself. The collector ships shifted, their lights flared brighter. The genie rose higher, smoke swirling like fire, in the wind. Its voice was sharp, urgent. They are moving again. The freeze will not last much longer. When it breaks, they will attack. And you? John stood, fists glowing with strange fire. I know. I'll be the first one they come for. The genie's gaze lingered on him, heavy and unreadable. Yes, because you are no longer prey. You are becoming a rival. John turned to the sky, his jaw tight, his chest burning with a strange energy he could not control. He whispered to himself, if I have to fight them, I'll fight, wish or no wish. Sure. The genie's eyes flickered with something new. Not warning, not anger, almost pride. But then, its form trembled. It looked upward, its fire dimming. They are not only coming for you, John Walker. They are coming for me. They want the last of my kind destroyed. John's face went pale. So if they get you, they get everything, the genie said. And above them, the first collector ship began to descend, its black shadow swallowing the night. The collector ship descended, like a shadow over the town. Its vast body blocked the stars, its surface crawling with strange patterns of light. The ground shook beneath its weightless glide. Though no engines could be heard. John Walker stood on the rooftop, fists glowing faintly. The genie hovered beside him, its fire dim but steady. The silence broke with a sound like metal grinding against the sky. A beam of light scanned the streets. People below screamed, running for cover. Some fell to their knees, praying. Others shouted John's name as if he could save them. But John didn't feel like a savior. He felt like a mistake. The genie's voice rumbled in his mind. They come for you, John Walker. They come for your power. John clenched his jaw. Then let them come. But inside, his stomach twisted with fear. The ship opened. A smaller vessel detached, descending like a black claw. It landed in the ruined street below, crushing cars under its weight. The ground split with the force. From the vessel, 3 figures emerged, tall, armored, faces hidden behind masks of shifting glass. Their movements were precise, unnatural. The people who had not fled now scattered. Doors slammed shut, streets emptied. Only John and the genie remained in sight. One of the figures raised its head. Its voice hissed in John's mind. Human, you bend reality without knowing the price. You are unfit to hold such power. John stepped forward, fists trembling with light. Then take it from me. The figure's glass mask rippled. We will. The 3 moved as one, faster than human eyes could follow. John barely dodged the first strike, a blade of energy that cut through steel like butter. He stumbled, the rooftop cracking beneath him. The genie surged forward, fire exploding outward. The street below lit up like a furnace. The collectors staggered back, their masks hissing as the smoke burned against them. But then the genie faltered. Its fire dimmed. Its form flickered. John turned in shock. What's happening? The genie's voice cracked with strain. They weaken me. My kind was hunted by them long ago. Their presence drains me. John's chest tightened. Then, I'll fight them myself. The genie's burning gaze snapped to him. You cannot. You are not ready. But John already knew the truth. His veins glowed brighter. His eyes shimmered faintly. His second wish had changed him. He was not fully human anymore. The first collector struck again, its blade slicing through the rooftop. John jumped aside, rolling hard, his body moving faster than it ever had. His glowing fist struck the collector's chest, and for the first time, the alien staggered back. John gasped, staring at his own hand. He had heard it. He had actually heard it. But the victory was short. The second collector lunged, grabbing John by the throat. Its grip was cold, crushing, like iron around his neck. John gasped, kicking, struggling, his vision blurred. The genie roared, throwing fire into the alien's chest. The grip loosened just enough. John tore free, stumbling to his knees, coughing. The alien's voice hissed through the night. The more you resist, the faster the change consumes you. The power is not a gift, it is a curse. John spat blood, his eyes blazing brighter. Then I'll curse you with it. He charged, striking, again. His fist collided with the alien's mask. Cracks spread across its glass surface, glowing with sparks. The alien shrieked in fury. But as John stood panting, fire racing through his veins, he realized the alien was right. His body trembled, but not with fear. Something inside him was tearing loose. His skin burned from within. His voice echoed unnaturally, carrying two tones at once. The genie's eyes widened. John, you are losing yourself. John looked at his hands, horrified. His fingers glowed brighter, no longer flesh but light and shadow woven together. What's happening to me? The genie's voice was heavy. This is the price of your second wish. The universe takes its toll. You are becoming like me. John staggered back, shaking his head. No, I'm human. I'm still human. The alien with the cracked mask hissed, its voice sharp and cruel. Not anymore. You belong to the wound you made. You belong to us. The words sliced through him deeper than any blade. The genie stood tall, fire rising again despite the pain. John Walker does not belong to you. He belongs to his own kind. The collectors stepped closer, weapons forming from their arms, glowing with deadly light. John's chest heaved. He could feel the last wish burning inside him, waiting to be spoken. The power pressed against his skull, begging to be released. The genie turned, its gaze locking onto him. Do not say it yet. If you waste it now, Earth is lost forever. John clenched his teeth, glowing fists trembling. He wanted to unleash it. He wanted to end them all. But deep inside, he feared the truth. One more wish could destroy everything. The collectors raised their weapons. The genie braced itself, flames swirling higher. John's body pulsed with unstable power. The leader hissed, its mask glowing like molten glass. Enough waiting. We take him now. The weapons flared. The ground shook. The night split with fire. John screamed as light exploded from his body, wild and uncontrollable. And in that blinding storm, one thought tore through his mind. If I lose myself, who will protect them? Light poured out of John Walker like fire breaking through cracks in stone. His body shook, every vein glowing, every breath burning. The collectors stepped back, shielding their glass masks from the storm of energy. The genie hovered near him, its fire dim, its voice shaking. John, control it. Do not let it take you. But John couldn't control it. His hands pulsed brighter, his voice echoed with two tones, human and something else. He fell to his knees, clutching his head. I can't hold it in. The collectors moved closer, their weapons forming again, unaffected by the silence John had wished upon them earlier. The freeze was ending. The balance was snapping back. One hissed with cold triumph. The human breaks, he will fall, then his power is ours. The genie's fire flared weakly. No, you will not have him. It struck out with smoke and flame, but the collectors endured, their armor drinking the fire like water. The genie staggered, dimming further. John looked up through blurred eyes. He saw the genie faltering, saw the collector's blades glowing, saw the townspeople hiding in shadows, terrified. He saw Earth trembling on the edge of destruction. And he knew. There was only one path left, His last wish. The collectors raised their weapons as one. Their leader's mask shimmered like molten glass. This ends now. John forced himself to stand, every muscle screaming. His voice came out low, broken but firm. You're right. It ends now. The genie turned sharply. John, wait. But John lifted his head, eyes blazing brighter than the stars above. I wish humanity survives. The words ripped through the night like thunder. The genie's form burst into a storm of fire. The collectors staggered, hissing in rage. The ground split, the air warped, the sky screamed. And John felt everything. He felt every heartbeat on Earth. Every cry, every hope, every fear. He felt humanity as one, millions and billions of voices rushing through him like a flood. His body shook, but not with weakness, this time with something greater. The collectors lunged, but the wish was already unfolding. Light poured out, swallowing their weapons, cracking their armor, shattering their masks. They screamed in voices, older than the stars, as their forms broke apart into dust, scattered across the night. The genie roared, its fire expanding, wrapping around John, protecting him as the storm grew. But the price was heavy. John felt himself burning away, piece by piece. His hands no longer looked like hands. His body no longer felt solid. He was dissolving, fading into the very energy he had unleashed. The genie's voice echoed loud and desperate. John, you are giving yourself to the wish. John smiled faintly through the pain. It's okay. This isn't about me anymore. The genie's eyes flared. Do not say that. But it was too late. Across the earth, weapons powered again. But this time, they glowed differently, reshaped by the wish. Stronger, faster, alive with new energy. Humanity lifted its eyes and saw the truth. They were not helpless anymore. Ships launched into the sky, armed with power that matched the collectors. Soldiers who had once cursed John now shouted in awe. Civilians looked upward with hope instead of despair. For the first time, humanity was ready. But John would not be there to see it. The storm dimmed. The collectors were gone. The sky cleared, leaving only the stars. Whole again. John lay on the cracked rooftop, his body glowing faintly like dying embers. The genie knelt beside him, its smoke wrapping around him like a cloak. John's voice was weak but steady. Did it work? The genie's fiery eyes softened. Yes, humanity will live. Because of you. John smiled faintly. Good. That's all I wanted. His body flickered, fading into light. The genie reached out, but could not stop it. John, no. John's eyes closed, his last words a whisper carried on the wind. Tell them, we were worth it. And then he was gone. The genie stood alone, its fire dim but steady. It looked at the stars, silent for a long moment. Then it spoke, its voice heavy with something rare. Respect. Humans are strange, fragile, foolish. And yet, they give even when it destroys them. Perhaps that is their true power. It raised its head, its fire blazing brighter. Remember his name, collectors. Remember John Walker, the human who wished not for himself, but for everyone. And with that, the genie vanished into smoke, leaving behind a world forever changed. Far away, in the endless dark between stars, other eyes watched. Other beings felt the ripple of John's final wish. Some were curious, some were afraid, and some began to prepare. Because the universe now knew. Humanity was no longer just prey. They were survivors, and they had proven themselves with the sacrifice of one man. The legend of John Walker had begun.